Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Morning Minute Meditation. I want to talk to you about competition today, if I may. Competition is something that is really harming and hindering the Church of the Living God. It always has, and it always will because of the nature of man. The Apostle Paul, when he was writing to the Corinthian church, was writing to a culture of people that was driven by competition. Corinth was host to the Isthmian Games, which was second only to the Olympic Games. They really believed in competition and loved the thrill of it. We could say that America is a little Corinth, not just because of our sin and the nature of it, but because of the competitive nature of our land. Competition starts very early with little children on t-ball teams and little league baseball teams and pee-wee football, midget football, and the like. High school sports of all sorts and kinds, and then we get into the NCAA and on to the pros, and American culture is enthralled with it all. The truth is, once a man's career, if you will, in sports is over with, you still see old men wrapping their knees and strapping their ankles down with braces and getting out on the court of some kind or another to prove themselves on the field of competition. But it's not exclusively limited to sports. We also find it in the business world and in the entertainment field, and awards are given and competition is had even on those very fronts as well. And if a young man, and a church for that matter, is not careful, they will get caught up in the spirit of competition just because they're part of an America that believes in the competitive spirit. Now, I'm not all against competition, but the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the Church of the Living God, competition is not where the Lord wanted us to be. But that has been the norm in every denomination and in every flavor. People compare themselves competitively among themselves in churches even. The Apostle Paul, writing the church at Corinth, made that statement very clear when he made this in 2 Corinthians 10 and 12. He said, "For we dare not make ourselves of the number or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves." He simply said this is not a wise thing to do. In other words, the Church of the Living God should not compare itself. When reaching the day of judgment, the Bible said in the book of 1 Corinthians 3:13 that every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, talking about the day of judgment. He said it will be revealed. Our work will be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work. And then he says not of what size it is, but of what sort it is. The word "sort" here deals with the fact that the work is excellent. It's excellently done, no matter the size of it all. And so it's important to realize that as believers, we're working for a completely different goal. Other than winning, what we're trying to do is please the Lord, whose work it actually is. Here on the farm, we have a lot of birds that lay eggs, and we sell eggs. My son does. And we have chicken eggs that are brown, and then we have chicken eggs that are browner or less brown. Then we have eggs that are bluish in color. We have big eggs, such as would be the egg in front of you now, which is a goose egg from the goose nest. Or we can go to the bob white quail pen, and we can find an egg there in the bob white quail pen. Now, there's a big difference when you compare these two eggs together. Big difference. But the truth of the matter is, when you crack them open and look inside, they're excellent both ways. I've eaten these eggs right here, and they're no different in their taste and texture than a goose egg would be or a chicken egg would be. I want us to understand that an egg is an egg, and it can either be a rotten egg or it can be very good and be very useful. It depends on what sort it is. That's how we're going to be judged, on the basis of sort, not size. It was said that a farm boy had received a football for Christmas. He had played with it, and on Thursday, which was egg day in town, his dad asked him to load the eggs in the old pickup truck. He loaded carton after carton of egg in the pickup truck and throwed his football up in the back of the truck. And then when it came time to leave, crawled in the cab with his dad and off to town they headed. When they got to the next farm, his football rolled off and fell into the yard of the farmer next door. A rooster walking up to the football, pecked around on it, looked at it inquisitively, and then called all the hens in the yard around, and he said, "I want you to see what they're doing next door. Look at what kind of eggs they're laying. Now you girls better get busy." Here's the fact of the matter. Church is really not a lot different. Many of people in the church compare themselves to the next church down the road. Don't get caught up in that stupid little game. Think on these things today, friend. Have a great day.